Okay.
It's 6 o'clock.
Essentially what I'm doing here is going to show you how to check the variators, make sure everything's clean, well oiled, and in proper place. I'm starting at the second half of after removing the outer transmission case and the clutch, but we'll show you how to put that back together so it goes together the same way it comes off. Here I'm just checking the roller weights, make sure that the lip is positioned on the right when looking at the the inner variator at 12 o'clock position. Put that on along with the back plate first, and then you'll slide the bushing into place, and you'll see here in a second I'm just checking to make sure there's no grease. Slide that in, bushing is in place. Here I'm checking to make sure that the oil seal on the reduction unit is okay. I'm going to actually get up and clean it a little bit, and then you'll see the next step is to really clean the inside of your clutch drum. Make sure that that's clean, all the residual oils are cleaned up so that there's no slippage. Here's what's tricky, you can't really see it. You need to really squeeze the inside of your clutch to make sure that the belt sits down in there. And you'll see in a second, I'm going to take it back off to really squeeze it again, such that when you squeeze on the middle part of the belt from point here to here like I'm doing now, that should come across and have about an inch clearance past your bushing. So that's really important to do that. Make sure that you have that. Then you're going to want to put the outer variator half on. Make sure that it is seated right. It goes on the spline on the crankshaft, so make sure it sometimes has to be rocked back and forth. That's what I'm going to do here. It's not actually going on as easily as I'd hoped. So I'm going to end up putting the variator tool on and then taking it back off and then putting it back on again to make sure that everything is okay. Squeeze the belt together like I'm doing too when you put that outer variator half on. Sometimes that will help. You want to torque that down to about 60 foot-pounds using your variator weight. Make sure you use a variator weight. I broke an outer half of a variator once by using the makeshift holding tool, and I would just get the Bozzetti. Several places sell them. So just make sure you get something. The Bozzetti, it doesn't work really well, but it works good enough so you're not going to break a variator. And I recommend something at least. Don't just like do what I did. I was using a very big screwdriver, placing it between two of the fins, and that wasn't sufficient. It broke. And so, lesson learned. Next, I'm going to put the transmission case on. I'm going to put in the attach the holding screws. There's about 15 of them. Makes it pretty easy. I've got my torque wrench set down at at a very low setting. This is just cast aluminum, so you can crack it real easy by over torquing it. So be very careful if you're going to do what I'm doing. I recommend actually just torquing them down by hand, but obviously impact wrench is quite a bit faster. Put on the clutch nut and washer. Here I had a little trouble fitting the air filter together again. Actually, it didn't seat down, so when I was trying to put the screws in, it wouldn't push all the way through in the front. This actually holds the air box. Actually fits into a portion of the mud guard, the plastic mud guard that goes over the rear tire, and so it all fits together. And that's what I'm fiddling with now. It was actually not quite lining up, so you need to really make sure you do that. I've heard people not getting that right either, and when they were driving down the road, actually the mud guard was rubbing against the rear tire, and actually to the point where it started melting the mud guard. So just be very careful. Everything's backed up. Now we're going to put the last little bit together on. putting the air intake scoop, for lack of a better word, on. Just do a little cleanup here. Make sure you get all your fingerprints and everything off of the last little piece of plastic, and then it just fairly easily just snaps into place. There's going to be a bolt in there in the back, and a 10mm bolt. Tighten that up. You don't have to tighten it very tight. And then there's a screw up front, and then fire it up, and that's it. We'll rev up here, and you hear the LV, the Vinci, exhaust. Thanks for watching.